The month begins with fire and ends with floods, a journey from ignition to immersion. November 2025 is a turning point. Mercury retrogrades through Sagittarius and Scorpio. Uranus retraces its steps back into Taurus, and by month's end, we're drenched in a wave of water trines that bring emotional integration after a long season of intensity. Welcome to Planet Earth, November 2025. Eliane Nicole, your astrologer and tarot reader, here bringing you the monthly astrology overview to help you surf these cosmic currents with awareness, grace, and alignment. Last month, I launched a new programming format here on the channel. Each month, I will be sharing a broad bird's eye overview of the month, but as the month unfolds, I'll follow up with YouTube shorts about daily transits and individual long-form videos on each key planetary and asteroid ingress or station, as well as the lunations, filling in the grid with nuance and context so you can navigate the cosmic weather in real time. Before we dive in, I'd love your support in helping me grow this community. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and drop a like or a comment. It really helps me in the algorithm and allows me to keep giving these free astrological offerings. I'm on a mission to reach 1,000 subscribers by Thanksgiving, so don't be a jive turkey. Subscribe, like, comment, and share this channel with a friend who loves astrology and or tarot. Every single subscriber truly makes a difference and helps keep these cosmic transmissions flowing. And now, without further ado, let's get into the astrology of November. Broad overview to set the stage for the month. November unfolds as a month of reversals, revelations, and release. A recalibration between fiery conviction and emotional surrender. We start with heat and motion, but by the end of the month, the energy softens into reflection, creativity, and reconnection. November 4th, Mars enters Sagittarius. Energy ignites. Mars in Sagittarius acts first and asks questions later. Bold, restless, and truth-seeking, but right away it opposes Uranus retrograde in Gemini, sparking sudden shifts and breakthroughs. Freedom meets disruption. What wants to break loose probably needs to. On November 5th, the full moon in Taurus. This full moon spotlights values, finances, and self-worth. Ruled by Venus at the final degree of Libra, it highlights balance and reciprocity in both money and relationships. What feels aligned stays, what's been draining gets released. On November 6th, Venus enters Scorpio. Love and connection deepen. Charm gives way to honesty, loyalty, and emotional transparency. This is where intimacy becomes transformative. On November 7th, Uranus backs into Taurus, a final revisit to a 7-year story about stability, money, and the earth itself that began in 2018. Expect shakeups in finances, resources, and relationships, especially where comfort has become complacency. Venus, now in Scorpio, intensifies the change, raw, revealing, and real. November 9th, Mercury stations retrograde in Sagittarius. The storyteller turns inwards. Beliefs and opinions get re-examined, and truth itself becomes a moving target. For the deep dive, check out my Mercury in Sagittarius video, where I unpack this a lot more. November 11th, Jupiter stations retrograde in Cancer. Growth slows to nurture the inner roots. A review of emotional security, family themes, and faith in life's timing. Abundance turns inward from external gain to internal grounding. On November 15th, Vesta enters Capricorn. Dedication gets practical. Discipline and devotion intertwine. This is purpose in motion. On November 18th, Mercury backs into Scorpio. Communication deepens and sharpens. The tone grows investigative and psychological. Truth surfaces where denial once stood. On November 19th, the new moon in Scorpio, a powerful emotional reset, release, regeneration, and renewal. This is rebirth energy. Trust the letting go. On November 20th, Mercury is in the Cazimi with the Sun, the heart of the retrograde, the aha moment. Clarity pierces confusion, and connects the dots. What's been uncertain suddenly makes sense. On November 21st, Ceres stations direct in Aries and the Sun enters Sagittarius. Momentum returns, vitality lifts, the outlook brightens, and courage calls us forward again. Beginning November 22nd and flowing through the end of the month, a cascade of water trines forms among the Sun, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, and Neptune. This is the floodgate moment, emotional release, spiritual integration, and creative flow. After weeks of intensity, compassion returns. Art, music, and magic flow easily. Forgiveness follows understanding. On November 27th, Saturn stations direct in Pisces. The fog lifts. Boundaries, structure, and spiritual maturity start to take form again. Dreams meet discipline. On November 29th, Mercury stations direct in Scorpio. Messages clarify, misunderstandings dissolve, and the story begins to settle. But give it a little time for the retro shade. On November 30th, Venus enters Sagittarius. The heart lightens, connection becomes honest, humorous, and free. Love turns toward adventure again, and we head into December with optimism restored. So that's the collective story. Now let's zoom in a bit closer and look at the broad strokes for each rising sign. Here's how these November transits are likely to land through the lens of your rising. Your rising sign will always be the most accurate, but your sun sign will be accurate and resonate too. Aries rising. Financial and philosophical shifts challenge your sense of security. Redefine what abundance means. Taurus rising, the spotlight's on you. Step into confidence and shed outdated identity scripts. Gemini rising, pull back and recharge. Clarity comes through rest and reflection. Cancer rising, friendships evolve. Honor the communities that nourish your spirit. Leo rising, career momentum builds, but integrity is your truest currency. Virgo rising, expansion through study or travel. A lesson revisits for deeper integration. Libra rising, shared resources and emotional bonds transform. Truth liberates you. Scorpio rising, relationships mirror your growth. Communication rewrites intimacy. Sagittarius rising, daily rhythms shift. Focus on balance, not burnout. Capricorn rising, creativity and love reignite. Old passions gain new purpose. Aquarius rising, home and family realign. Build from the heart outward. Pisces rising, your words carry weight. Truth and timing matter more than ever. For a more detailed rising sign by sign breakdown, subscribe to my Substack, Keys to the Cosmos, where I go deeper into how these transits uniquely show up for you. I will be posting throughout the month here on YouTube, covering each planetary ingress, retrograde, and lunation as it all unfolds, so we can keep filling in the cosmic grid together. And for your daily astrology and tarot updates, find me on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Instagram Reels, wherever you like to take in your astrology. And in conclusion, life is lifing, the world is worlding. Stay heavily meditated, my friends.